Hello, guys. It's me, Butterfly Spirit 314. Guys, tonight I took my first ever floorwork class, and I have to say, I was a little skeptical, but it turned out to be a really fun class. So I'll talk about why I was a little skeptical about the class, even though I booked the class. So, for starters, one of the reasons I was a little skeptical. So, I love floor work. I think floor work is really cool. There are YouTubers on YouTube that do really great jobs of floor work, and I aspire to be somewhat good like them. They're probably way better than what I'm going to be, but I aspire to get more in tune with my body when I am like doing things on the floor. So, for me, I just hope to get better. So I was a bit skeptical about the class. Um, One, I love the idea of floor, but what made me a little skeptical was the fact that I did not know what to wear to class. Like I was very confused. And there was another student in my class. She was confused about what to wear as well too, because the description really wasn't as like thorough as what it might say for like pole dancing or anything. So when I was packing my backpack this evening for class, I wasn't sure whether I was supposed to wear like yoga pants or whether I was supposed to wear like shorts or whether I was supposed to wear like sports bra or t-shirt or long sleeve shirt. Like, it's a layers and I wasn't sure. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I'll just bring everything. I'll just bring everything. So I brought me some yoga pants. I brought me a t-shirt, brought me a long sleeve shirt. I brought me some shorts. Of course, since we're going to be on the floor, I also am glad that I brought my knee pads because they actually came in handy. But yeah, I was confused about what to wear. So I brought everything. So this class was a little later than I normally would experience for a class. So basically, I showed up and I was about 20 minutes early, but I kind of sat in my car for a few minutes. And then I finally went into the studio. And in case you guys are curious, I attended the floorwork class at the same place where have been taking my intro to pole dance classes. So same location. And when I saw that they were going to have floor work classes, I just jumped on it because I knew I wanted to do it. So I was a little confused about who the instructor was because when the lady opened the door and let me into the studio, there was another class that was kind of wrapping up. And I was wondering, well, is she the instructor? And as it turns out, my instructor looked like just another student. But in fact, she was the teacher. So um, I was very surprised. I'm like, well, where's the teacher at? Like, but turns out the girl that was sitting next to me was the teacher. And I found out eventually too. And I was like, oh, okay. And I found out at the beginning of class because I was looking around. I'm like, where's the teacher at? And I saw other girls in class. They were at the beginning of class. They were wearing yoga pants. So I was like, okay, I got some yoga pants. I'll put that on. And then I still had a long sleeve shirt. And so I was like, the other girls are wearing a t-shirt. So I'll go ahead and I'll put on a t-shirt and stuff. So I put on a t-shirt to kind of match what other girls were wearing. And I have to say it worked out wearing a t-shirt and yoga pants. It worked really great. So I'm really glad I did. Um, so I have to say my experience in class, I will say that my teacher was a little awkward. She was a little awkward because she hadn't taught a class in like over a year. And so it was really the experience where she was kind of making it up as she went along. She even said that like the song that we were going to be dancing to essentially, um, she said that she picked the song, but she was thinking about the routine on her way driving to the studio. And that's a definite change in comparison to like the instructor that does the chair dancing, because that teacher in particular, like she knows the song we're gonna be dancing to. But the difference is the chair dance instructor, her, she already has the routine figured out for us to like do and stuff and has practiced it and stuff. The teacher I had for floor work, like I said, she was a little awkward, and she had an idea of what we were gonna do for floor work, but she kind of changed things up, which I think was a little bit refreshing in a way because I mean many of the other girls in class, one girl I recognized actually from my chair dance class. So it was really cool having a friend in a class from my chair dance class. So that was really fun. I hadn't seen her in a while, so it was really fun to have somebody I knew in class, and things. Me and her didn't talk, but still, it was nice seeing her. So, and that's one thing I'm noticing. Like when I take different types of classes, I start to see people that I've been in chair dancing classes with and stuff and things. So it's really fun. And also the same thing when I had my heels class. There was a girl that was in the class with me that was in my chair dancing class. So girls that are in my chair dancing classes, they're ending up in other classes with me, which is cool. So I think it's really cool. I can't remember my cool friend's name, but I'll probably remember her name next time I see her. Maybe. Uh, it is super late, so a little tired. So I will say that the experience to me, um, I like how there were other girls in the class. Like, actually, it was only four of us in the class. So, four of us students, and then we had the teacher. I like how we had a small class because it really allowed us to get like individual attention from the teacher, which was great. And if there were like more people, it would have been harder to do that. So, I will say that it was nice that there were girls in class too that the teacher was like trying to find out what our goals were and stuff, and like all of us kind of had a similar goal, which was that we wanted to learn how to be sexy on the floor doing stuff, and we wanted to not look awkward while doing that. And so I think that was fun because I felt awkward when it comes to floor work, so it was nice that other girls kind of shared the same like feelings as I did. That was like super fun, to like know. So I like how the teacher like took time like teaching us things, and stuff. It was really fun, and there were some things I recognized, like leg waves, for example. I recognize that. I think sometimes some people call the leg waves that we were doing. Sometimes they call it leg waves. Sometimes they call it vagina monsters. It really just depends. But I really like that we got to like, I like that we got to learn the routine. And one thing I don't normally do, is like normally I'll like film throughout my classes, but the floorwork class, I'm glad I kind of waited till the end to film myself because filming myself at the end was way better because I got a chance to like work on the routine, like learning the routine, which is fun. And at the end, the teacher was like, okay, you can record yourself. And I'm like, okay, awesome. So not only was I recording myself, but there were like two other girls that were recording themselves as well doing the routine. And I have to say, like, when I was doing the actual like routine at the end, I was like, who the hell is that doing that routine? And it was me because I recorded myself. So I'm happy to say that I did really well. There were some things that were new that I had never learned about before. And I think that it was really cool. I cannot remember all the names of the things that we did in class. I cannot remember them, but I do like the fact that we were working on being like slinky and snake like on the floor. Like, I really love that. And the point of today's class was to work on doing things slowly. Because I know one thing I struggle with when it comes to dance is I like to dance like really fast, but I need to like slow down. So that's really something that I really need to work on. And I think during the routine, the one where I recorded myself at the end, I really was able to slow down in that routine, which was really good. And like I couldn't believe it was my first class when I like looked at the recording after class. Like I could not believe it. I am glad that I spoke up and I asked the teacher, like, okay, I'm confused about this. Like, cause like I have this tendency of like being afraid to like ask a question, but I'm glad that like I did ask and speak up and say, "Hey, I don't understand this. Can you like show me how to do this, explain this to me so I understand?" Because what a lot of people don't understand about when you're learning dance, there's not any like pictures of like what you're doing. You're learning by doing. And this is something that I learned in ballet where you don't have any pictures. You don't have any pictures of like the routine and like step by step. You don't have that when it comes to dance. What you have is you have the visual of the teacher doing it, you have the visual of other people doing it. And you basically, try to copy what other people are doing. That's how it works in dance. And I do have to credit ballet because in ballet, I learned that when you dance, you're not going to have any pictures. And I'm an analytical person. So, like, I literally, like, step by step, okay, I do this, then do this, and then do that. And we do things step by step in dance. But the thing is that it's about replicating a movement that somebody else is doing. So that's what it's about. You don't have an instruction manual. You don't got no syllabus when you're learning dance. Okay. You basically have to let yourself flow through the movements. And that's what I did in our floorwork class is that, I let myself flow through it and learn it. Now the leg waves were easier. I'm trying to think. Let me think. We did do body waves, but we did body waves using our hips, which was a bit different, which I had never done before. Um, and I think we did a reverse sort of cat movement, I think. I think it's a reverse cat pose, I think, or something like that. But um, And I think we did a sexy walk too, a part of our flow work as well. But I have to tell you guys, it was beyond fun. And when I first signed up to book this class, not only did I book the class tonight, but I also booked a class that's going to be happening next Thursday. So I'm going to be taking advantage of that. I had so much fun that I'm going to be booking another class because it was just that much fun. Now, I am debating whether I want to post the routine I did or not because I'm kind of undecided. I know when it comes to like my pole dancing, I'm like cool with posting those, but with floor work, I have to see how I feel about it and what I want to do. I mean, I did really good, so I guess I could post it, but I'm kind of indecisive about it right now and stuff. Plus, I'm tired, so I'm like, yeah. But anyway, I had so much fun and I'm glad I'm going to be going back. I think in the middle of the routine, um, like when I was watching myself in the recording that I did of myself doing the floor work routine, I really have to say that like I feel like this inner part of myself, like this sexy side of myself, kind of came out during that routine that I've never seen myself do. And I'm just like, damn, this is my first class, and I'm like fucking killing it. So I'm like, wow, I can't wait to see what happens in the next class. So, needless to say, I am catching on to floor work. And the reason why I'm even learning floor work, because people might be asking, well, why are you learning floor work for? You already do pole dance. Well, the thing is that when I do pole dance moves and we get down to the floor, that's where I kind of draw a blank as to what I should do and what I can do to like, what I can do on the floor to like add to my pole dance routine. And so that's why I'm learning floor work. And floor work is really sexy too. It's really cool. There's a girl I follow on YouTube. Her name is Addison Brianna, and I don't know if you guys know her, but she is real good at floor work. Like she is the shit at floor work. And I have to say, like, I want to get to the point where I can actually do floor work really great like her. And she actually is a pole dancer too, actually. So, um, yeah. But cool thing about her, she's like super flexible. She's also like the yoga teacher that I've been like kind of learning from too. So yeah, but I did do extremely well. And I like the teacher. It's kind of funny because I thought the teacher was one of the students, but she was a teacher. um, and my teacher, people may be surprised about this, but my teacher was actually plus sized. So she, she wasn't a typical teacher that people would be thinking, oh, well, she's like skinny or whatever. No, I had a plus size teacher, and she was doing some really cool moves and stuff. We're going to work up to like what are called like shoulder stands or whatever. So we're going to work up to that. That's something I've kind of done something close to that in my heels class and in my chair dance class. So I'm really excited because I can't wait to continue because I'm already booked for another one. But I want to continue with this because I want to make my pole dance that much better. And I have a feeling I'm gonna be the shit when it comes to being spicy. Not spicy, but I have a feeling I'm gonna be really good at basically putting on a show when it comes to pole dance because I'm gonna have my floor work in there. So, and like my teacher was saying during the class, she's like, well, who cares? The point is you do things slow, you're doing stuff sexy, you're showing people what they want to see. you know, you're showing people with your legs open and everything. You're showing the audience what they want. So I'm like, okay, all right. So, oh my god, my cheek is like, I'm like grinning so much. But yeah, like that's the point. You're showing people what they want to see. And I mean, people want to see the assets a lot of times, booty, legs open, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, but I really feel like for me, I really love this though. When I was driving home, I was thinking about how much of a beautiful part of my life this really is. Because I can tell you that I was very awkward. And I still am kind of awkward, but I feel like through doing things like pole dancing and like now floor work, I feel like I'm becoming less awkward and more sexy, which I like. And I feel like that part of me is really coming out. The part that the sexy side of me is really coming out and is starting to get more confident, comfortable, and just like I'm gonna fucking kill it. Okay, like let's just say that. So, um, but I love it, and I think that that's what makes me beautiful is the beautifulness for me is, and beauty is different for everybody, but to me, beauty for me is me learning. Beauty is me being comfortable with my body and being comfortable showing it in a way that maybe other people may be like, what, So it's more like it's a sense of self-love for me. And I love that. And I didn't think floor work was going to be like that or anything. And in fact, I think I will post the routine because I did good. And I think that it's fun. So I'll get around to it at some point. But I have to say I had fun today and I'm gonna have more fun. So I can't wait to do more stuff and learn more stuff. So I'll get around to posting it. But that video, I mean, it'll definitely be different. I mean, it's gonna be on the floor though. It's on the floor. Now some people might be like, oh my gosh, you're gonna be doing stuff on the floor? Like, isn't that like dirty? Yeah, the floor is dirty, but ain't nothing wrong with being on the floor and stuff like that because other people are like, oh my gosh, it's dirty being on the floor. No. When you're trying to be sexy, you're not worried about getting a little bit dirty. Okay. I mean, the point is getting dirty. That is the point. You're getting dirty. You know what I'm saying? You're getting down there, you're moving around, sexy and all that. That's what the point is. So for me, I'm not afraid to do that. But I mean, it's definitely not something that I would be like, oh, let me tell my whole family about. Well, no, of course not. Like I have family members that were like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. A lady's not supposed to be doing that. I'm like, I know. I know a lady doesn't do that, but a lady doesn't always have to like be like stuffy and scared to be confident. So why? So there's nothing wrong with being ladylike, but also having a sexy side as well. I think that's beautiful. Like I think girls can have like two different sides. The sexy and cute side, and then the badass sexy side. I think that's really cool. But anyway, I had fun in my class, and whenever my next class comes around, I can't wait to film that routine too. But anyway, guys, I am so tired. But I am, and I'm also tired too because yesterday I had my pole dance class yesterday, and then today I have my floor work class, and then on Sunday I'm gonna have my other pole dance class. So like, guys, I've been having like a really busy week with dance. So and that's the week's not even over yet because I got another dance class to do. So I have a lot going on, a lot of motion. But anyway, thank you guys so much for just like tuning in to even like support. I appreciate you all. But I'm gonna get out there because I am like super tired and I gotta rest because I am so like my body is so super sore. I mean, I was rolling around on the floor today, well, for floor work, but I'm still super tired from my pole dance class because I like literally like I was literally like sore from like my pole dancing class. So I still have to like rest up from that. I wanted to take a pole boot camp class tomorrow, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let my body rest because I need to save up my strength for my pole dance class is coming up. So yeah, but that's pretty much all that I'm gonna talk about today and things. But thank you all for watching. Bye.